If you are one of millions of people who walk, hike, or march, this quick tutorial can be of value. But before we get into the how, let's take a brief look at the why. Thomas K. Cureton, Jr., Ph.D., is commonly known in the field of exercise science here in the USA as the father of physical and motor fitness. He measured it in three equally important ways: structure, function, and motion. Structure is often referred to as posture, which simply means any position in which the body resides. It is a fluid and dynamic construct because our posture is always in motion. Likewise, functional fitness pioneer Vern Gambetta tells us that postural alignment and dynamic balance are the foundation for all physical training. Dr. Robert M. Martin, who first introduced us to inversion boots and the modern inversion table, explained that we spend virtually all our lives in 6 basic postures, and each of these postures has numberless variations. The upright, flexed, and horizontal postures are common: standing, sitting, and lying down. We generally spend our lives 24/7 in them. Extension, leaning backward, brachiation, which means hanging from the limbs, and inversion, such as handstands, headstands, forearm stands, and such, are uncommon. Gravity is a unidirectional and relentless force in nature that molds us inside and out. Our bodies grow increasingly malformed, and we get shorter as we age. The lungs lose their apex, the organs fall downward and forward. It's called viscerotosis, and even the brain settles in the cavity of the skull. This debilitating process starts early here in the USA. By around the end of second grade, the deformities are visible. With each passing year, they become more pronounced. By adulthood, rounded shoulders, forward neck, and related medical malformations like scoliosis, kyphosis, lordosis, and numerous other conditions are more common than not and go untreated as our country slouches toward physical and motor fitness mediocrity. The uncommon postures mitigate the effects of gravity and form the basis for ancient functional and restorative gymnastics, which are defined as techniques, obvious or subtle, that bring the body toward its optimal state of harmony and compensate for the stresses of daily life. But even if we rationally and systematically employ the uncommon postures all our lives, the effects of gravity are a tough opponent. It is wise to ensure that our physical and motor fitness training systems do not create unnecessary strain. Ideally, we should explore ways to build improved posture and body mechanics into our own physical and motor training strategies. Walking, hiking, and marching magnify the effects of gravity. Every step is a micro-trauma, especially on hard surfaces, so it is wise to employ training aimed at enhancing our posture, body mechanics, and gait. Conversely, if we walk, hike, and march with poor posture, body mechanics, and gait, such as toe-out walking like this drill sergeant, we are reinforcing inefficiency and imposing inordinate stress on the joints. This is a failure scenario for combat soldiers, yet very common today throughout our armed forces. Here is a Marine instructor with a similar gait deficiency. That brings us to the how phase of this brief tutorial. The next time you take a long walk, hike, or march, carry a weighted bar and place it on your shoulders behind your head. I sometimes use a body bar like this one. I have 4, 6, and 9 pounders. It is important to keep the weight low because the goal is to enhance your posture. Too much weight will impair your performance. This is somewhat intuitive. For instance, combat soldiers who spend hours on patrol or mission carrying a rifle will sometimes, when conditions allow, put it here on their shoulders. Today I'm using a long bar with a rounded bend in the middle that allows me to drop my shoulders completely and extend my arms fully outward. If you are using a shorter bar, hold it like this, but always keep your wrist straight. If you bend your wrist, the shoulders will fall forward and you will reinforce the poor posture you are trying to prevent or correct. Today I will hike for over 3 hours on flat surfaces and up and down steep hills, constantly paying attention to my posture and gait. Head up, shoulders back, and feet pointed forward, frequently looking from side to side. At the end of my hike, I should feel no fatigue or discomfort. Sometimes the simplest solution to complex problems are the best, and this is one of them.